I'm going to finish it on a heater. And, of course, we've got live shows every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have a live show at 6 p.m. on Monday through Friday. We call that the drive-through. And I'll tell you, more and more of our handicappers are participating in the drive-through. So it's not just, us four whose picks you get. You kind of get a good variety of all of our premium handicappers because we give out tons of free picks on our website, sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com. Give out tons of free picks. More than anybody else. And, we do tons of free pick videos, but our best bets are always the ones that you find in our premium area. So be sure to check those out if you're looking for our best bets. If not, well, we try and win them all, as far as our free picks go. But when you get to cherry pick, the pick of the litter, the ones that we like the best, those are our premium picks. And speaking about cherry picking, I've got Brian Bittler. Chris Ruffalo, Rod Zawacki with me today. Of course, as usual, Rod has been under the weather. Of course, I'm Mitch. Those of you that have never seen our show before, but you can see our names right there on the screen. And we have a fairly small schedule today, but there's some quality. The NBA, it's rematch day. Mostly rematches in the NBA today, which is fine, though. We got a big schedule of rematches, but I always think those rematches are a little difficult, and we'll talk about those games. And then we've got college basketball, some of the big schools which we've seen on these Monday nights haven't necessarily made it to the court. It looks like tonight we're going to at least have a mix of big games and little games. And on Monday's always a light card. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. Baseball season, when it's just baseball, Monday's always the lightest day of the week. It just is that way. During football season, sometimes all we have is Monday Night Football. And, this Monday, like I said, a good card of NBA games, full card, and then just one postponed game, and then we've got a reasonable schedule of college games and just one NHL game, and then tomorrow it's a light NBA and just a really loaded college. This week is really loaded with college basketball, and generally what we find is when it goes to that Super Bowl week, like the weeks before the Super Bowl, this is when college basketball really, starts. This is when I normally start kicking ass, is basically what happens. I've stuttered in January before, and it's like this is when I really start to go, is when they, that Saturday before the Super Bowl is usually like one of the biggest college basketball days. And, of course, I took my single biggest college basketball beating on that day in one game. I mean, the worst I ever lost a college basketball game was on the day before the Super Bowl. It was that Oregon-Arizona game. I've talked about it a number of times where losing 3 dimes on the game wasn't enough for me. I had to chase it through the live betting and just get absolutely stomped in a one-sided beatdown. And lesson learned. But looks like maybe notifications did not go out for this show. But so be it. Most people know what time we go on, and I'm sure they'll be joining us. Brian, Lucky Penny had a massive day on the show yesterday. I know normally that's not good news for other people, but what do you got going on today?
Well, I'm kind of excited because college basketball has been one thing I've been doing well at lately. 8-2 last 10. Go back over the last 4 seasons combined. 55% winners, 439 wins, 353 losses. I got my ACC game of the month tonight. Get it at pickdogs.com for $30, or all 3 games I put out for $40 at pickdogs.com, premium pick section.
Chris, what do you got?
You're not the only ones trying to finish the month strong. I'm looking to regain some of the form I had at the beginning of the month. So I got my Monday Money Multiplier Multi-Sport 3-pack. We got 2 my best plays for the college hoops tonight, as well as my favorite play from the NHL. It's $29.95 over at Pick Dogs Sports Chat Plays Premium. I'm loving those plays, and I'm going to try to sweep the board with those.
Chris, we got a lot of commentary about your health and posture yesterday, still in the comments from. So, were you under the weather or just Quaaludes? What was it?
You know what? I've been dealing with migraines a lot lately, so I'm just trying to get through those. When the light hits me the wrong way, I kind of try to shy away from it, but we're all good now.
Okay. Just don't want anyone shitting themselves on the show. Rod, speaking of shitting themselves, what do you got?
Came close.
It came close. It would have been ugly yesterday.
But no shitting your pants on this show.
Not that you know of.
We're 4 minutes in on a Monday. We're already talking about shitting your pants.
Shit in the bed, but not shitting your pants.
definitely done some of that too. So, but feeling better today. Today I've got Mammoth Monday. I got one NBA, one NHL, one college basketball play. Perfect opportunity to start the week by cashing in big. Let's have a good start to this week.
Oh, we got Dick Face of the day already too, as well. Steve Cummings talking about how he won yesterday. It's like on a game that we didn't, on a game that we were on the other side. He's the big man now. It's like, yeah, let me pick the games 12 hours after they're over and come back and go to your YouTube channel and call you a piece of shit. How's that go? Anyways, gonna be that kind of day. I mean, I was in a good mood about 10 minutes ago. Changed my look here. I went with money shirt and the white pick dogs. I'm doing whatever I can to get the mojo.
You sure wore that winter jacket. That's what you should have done.
No way. I am so ready for a heater. I am sitting on a heater. Normally I go to Vegas for Super Bowl and it's like I've been Vegas for Super Bowl. It's like I'm on a heater, man. It's like I don't even want to leave Vegas, And I'll tell you, Joe D'Amico had a Super Bowl party of all Super Bowl parties the year the Falcons played the Patriots. So it was the day after that Arizona game that I had lost all that money on against Oregon. And it was the Super Bowl. It was the Falcons and the Patriots. And I in-game the Patriots money line like the whole way when they were down 24 points and stuff. And I made gigantic. And I had chicken parmesan. I'm telling you. It's the best chicken parm I ever had. And I'm an expert at chicken parm.
I got hurt bad in that game. I had the Falcons big.
I had the Patriots, and I bet the money line throughout the entire game.
You were a Tom Brady fanboy back then.
No, I'm not a fanboy or a non-fanboy of any team, and I'm not a hater of any player. Except, there's a few that I hate.
Falcons had that game easy. They just collapsed. Ridiculous.
Well, how about the people saying Tom Brady's not shot? He throws 3 interceptions, and I'll tell you,
only one of them was legitimate yesterday.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Only
one. The one that was down.
What about the one that was dropped? Right. What about the one?
Over.
What about the one that was dropped right before the half that they end up scoring a touchdown on the next play? How about that one that hit the guy right in the hands? That wasn't a legitimate one. The one that he overthrew Mike Evans, who's 6'10". Okay, by the way,
he mistimed his jump, Mike Evans. He mistimed his jump on that play.
He's 6'10". He's 6'10". And
then the guy get a crazy good play.
He's
it wasn't a bad throw.
6'10". He's 6'10". You threw it over his head with his arms extended. You threw the ball 15 feet in the air.
And then the play in the second half, he was getting tremendous pressure and tried to throw it out of bounds and didn't have the arms.
Tried to throw it out of bounds, and it was right down the middle of the field, straight up in the air. Yeah,
he was under duress and couldn't get it out of bounds.
That's called NFL quarterback. Do you see what Patrick Mahomes did under duress? He whipped it around the side to Kelsey right over the middle through a dart is basically what NFL quarterbacks do. These guys get paid $20 million a year to throw darts. And this guy, he's a game manager, one of the greatest big game quarterbacks in the history because he never beats himself. When he beats himself is when he loses. And yesterday, he got away with one because the guy dropped the interception and he threw it his best pass of the entire game on the very next play. And that's how he won. There's no other way around it. I mean, he hit the defender right in the hands. The guy dropped the pass. On the very next play, he throws a touchdown, rope, his best ball that he's thrown, probably of the entire season, at the perfect possible moment. And that's why he's the greatest of all time in the big games, because he makes those plays in the big games. That is Tom Brady. It doesn't mean that his arm strength isn't failing, like all these idiots in the YouTube comments were saying yesterday. It doesn't mean his arm strength isn't a quarter of what it used to be. His most effective passes are 6 and 7 yards, man. He can't throw the ball downfield anymore. He struggles. His receiver, Mike Evans, is 6'10", man. He didn't jump. He mistimed his jump.
You gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me. Mike Evans. You're going to put that one on Mike Evans when the ball is thrown 15 feet in the air. He should have been Kareem. He should have grown 6 inches. And this is the dumbest. Come on.
Evans had another play that just went off his hands that he missed earlier on a deep pass. Evans wasn't in top
who's
form
all right?
yesterday.
Let's just throw this out there hypothetically. All right, let's just throw out a hypothetical question. We'll leave Brian out of it. We'll ask our audience, and we'll continue on with the things. Okay, who has bailed out who more times this season? Tom Brady bailing out Mike Evans, or has Mike Evans bailed out Tom Brady more times this season? Brian, let's go to the NBA.
Tampa Bay went into Green Bay and won the game outright.
Brian, you won a game. Congratulations.
No, I'm not talking about me winning. I'm just saying Tampa Bay's not that bad of a team. They can go into Tampa.
I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying Tom Brady's arm strength is a quarter of what it used to be.
Yeah.
The guy threw basically 4 interceptions in a championship game. And
I agree with you.
And you sound like one of his apologists.
I agree with you. I'm just saying he's not.
Yeah,
that
LaFleur
big.
should have kicked the field goal. It's like, come on. It's like, well, it made sense for him to kick the field goal. It's like, come on. Meanwhile, if I knew the Hawks were sitting those players, it's like you just man up and you say, you know what, I got away with one. That's what we all do. That's what the rest of us do. Got away with one. It happens. Sometimes you get away with one, sometimes you don't. Tom Brady got away with one yesterday. And it's a guy who's gotten away with a lot in his career. He makes mistakes that aren't the ones that just. It's not like he was on the 7-yard line, and they were down by 4, and he throws the interception that the guy takes all the way, the other direction. He doesn't make those mistakes, like Lamar Jackson. Like Lamar Jackson does. Like Lamar Jackson did. Right? Lamar Jackson made that throw. The game was over.
It's over, yeah.
Over.
You could just feel it and sense that it was in the air and everything. It was just like, oh, that's it.
It's like, I better find that bag of coffee crisps. Just bury my head in them. Pacers against the Raptors, rematch. Magic against the Hornets, rematch. Pistons against the Sixers, rematch. Nets against the Heat. Brian, any of those 4 do anything for you? I'll tell you who played like ass yesterday was the Pacers. Just throwing it out there.
I'm going to give a chance to the Magic on a second game of a back-to-back. I liked them yesterday, but didn't play them. I think that they can come through and get a win here. A little worried at the -1, but I think they have enough talent to finally get a win against Charlotte.
Yeah, I'll take Miami with the points against the Nets. I just think that Nets. This is a team with all the offensive talent in the world, but I want to see them be able to actually cover in numbers. So I know Hero and Butler are out for Miami, but this is still a Heat team that battles. So I'll take Miami, and I'll take the Raptors on the road. The Pacers did play really bad yesterday, and I think the Raptors are starting to really find their footing again and getting a free bucket with them. I don't even know if we need it, so I'll take Toronto.
I'll take Toronto yesterday, money line.
Yeah.
You want to take my action?
I think it's. I don't want to use the L word, but I think it's pretty close to cashing.
Yeah, Raptors are playing better.
Well, they got that game handed to them. The Pacers turned the ball over way too much yesterday. Here you go. Here, have another bucket. Here you go. I'll take the Pacers to bounce back here today over the Raptors. They did not play a good game at all, and Raptors took advantage. I think the Pacers come back, bounce back, get a win over the Raptors. And I like the Heat and the Nets to go over the number. The Nets don't play a lick of defense. I think they go back over the number again. I think we see lots of points in that one. Give me the over.
I don't always get mad when I lose. Believe me, I win, I lose. It's all part of sports betting. What I'm not mad about, what I think is just silly, it's just asinine, is that people still think that Tom Brady has an arm. That's all I'm saying, is that he won, I lost, it happens, whatever. But if people think Tom Brady beat me, He didn't, 4 interceptions. I mean, Jesus. I mean, come on. When's the last time a guy threw 4 interceptions in a championship game and won? I mean, that isn't on him. Stop yelling at Brian. Brian called it.
When Aaron Rodgers going to start taking some heat if he can't win a big game? The guy makes all this money. They should have been able to get the Packers past the goalpost.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about some drops. I mean, you want to talk about some frickin' drops. Devontae Adams. I mean, you gotta catch that pass. I mean, he drops that ball. They end up having to kick a field goal there. I mean, early in the game, there's many. The drop of the interception that Brady throws the touchdown on the next play, which is the difference in the game and the final score. I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, I was sitting here getting ready to do the halftime show. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be 14-10, I believe, at the half, and bang. It's 21-10. It's a totally different game. People act like I'm a fan of Green Bay or something. Or like I hate the Packers as much as I hate the Bucs. I mean, I can't stand them. They're like one of the most public team out there. Matter of fact, I think their fan base is unbearable to watch a game with. Unbearable. But I'm not a fan. I'm just saying, I'm a objective observer. I have a new favorite team every week. And in college hoops and NBA, I have a new one every day. And in NHL, it's whoever the penny picks, right? I mean, I don't play favorites. I have one team, Miami Hurricanes. That's it. Maybe the Dolphins is 1A. And that's it. That's it. I don't have I'm a.
You do have slight biases though, from watching you for a couple of years. That you do have slight biases.
Right. I have teams I hate: Notre Dame, Ohio State.
Big Ten teams.
No, well, they have to play each other, so I have to pick somebody, right? But Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Florida. The Trinity of death. I hate those 3 teams, and that's tradition, and that goes along with being a Miami fan. That goes hand in hand. Hating those 3 teams is.
Speaking of Miami, they crushed me yesterday.
Oh, me too. They were terrible, terrible. They just could not hit a shot.
How do you lose to Notre Dame?
Well, because they couldn't hit a shot. They were like bricking threes. Anyways. I'm taking the Raptors here. I am so done with the Pacers after yesterday. I don't even care. They stink. I also like the Pistons here against the Sixers. The points. Kind of like the Heat and Nets. And a lot of people in the YouTube comments, which has made me look, and I appreciate this, made me look, and this over in the Nets Heat is the layup, right? The Nets give up like 600 points a game. This is like wherever James Harden goes, it's over. Anyways, Cavaliers against the Lakers. Now we'll get all the Lakers squares mad at me. Brady Lakers. It's gonna be it's the Bitler show.
You got Rodgers Lakers.
Hey, the Yankees got Jameson Taillon. Bitler's gonna be like, I think the Dodgers are going to go out and get. Oh, man. Cavaliers, Lakers, Dallas, Denver. All I have to say is betting on things like Tom Brady and betting on things like, and just, blindly betting on things like that is not how you make money in betting sports.
I think the Super Bowl, though, is setting up for big squares versus sharps, but we'll see.
Well, Tampa Bay's home. The last time there was a home team in the Super Bowl, they romped. They're saying this is the first home team, but there was another home game, and that was San Francisco against Miami. Joe Montana.
Is it a 2-week layoff? Or
Montana versus Marino. Yeah, 2-week layoff.
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, plenty of time for the line to percolate.
It's not going to move.
No, if it stays at 3.
It's 3.
That's an easy bet.
It's 3. It's 3. It's 3. It's line ain't moving. Cavs, Lakers. Dallas, not the Stars, the Mavericks, up against the Nuggets. Pelicans against the Spurs, and the Bulls and the Celtics.
Well, for me, I'm going to go with Old Faithful here. Fade the Lakers. I like the Cavaliers with all these points at home. They're a 500 team. They're scrappy. I think they can make a somewhat of a game of it. And I like the Pelicans at home, laying the 2.5 against the Spurs. I think New Orleans can play some good basketball today.
Yeah, normally this I think 8 or 9 times out of 10, if I saw the Pelicans laying 2.5 against most teams, I'd take it, but not against the Spurs in the underdog role. I'll take the San Antonio Spurs. Been kind to us in this role all season, and right or wrong, it's one of my favorite plays so far this year. So give me the Spurs and the points. And but I'm with you on the Cavaliers. I think 10.5 is just too many. This is in that 10 to 14 point danger zone where the Lakers don't cover these numbers. So I'll take the Cavs plus the points.
Yeah, I'm with you. Lakers win this game, but they don't cover. Give me the Cavs plus the points. I also I'm with you on the Spurs. Give me the Spurs plus the 2.5. I am not laying with no Pelicans team. Spurs are just a better team on the road, 6-3. Not touching the Pelicans. Give me the Spurs.
I like the Spurs. I like the Cavs, of course, since I gave them out as my dog of the day and in my parlay today. I love the Cavs.
Yeah, consensus there, right?
Yep. And I like the Heat against the Nets. I think it's too many points. Got the Bulls and Celtics is interesting too. I like the Bulls in that one. Tatum is back for the Celtics today, and they're actually playing their best basketball of the season, so he'll come right in and destroy the chemistry after scoring 143 yesterday. So I like the Bulls there. We got the Portland Trailblazers against OKC. This is a team, this Portland team, I think we've got these guys pegged. This is like the pegged of pegged. It's like our new Utah Jazz. It's like if they're favored, take the other team. They're going to win. You could take them but you take the other team in the points. Knicks yesterday with the cover, right? Not the win, but the cover. Warriors against the Timberwolves. Timberwolves are just hideous, man. They're an embarrassment. Karl Anthony Towns got COVID. Brian?
I like the Thunder here, plus the points. I'm going to back to the Thunder buddies on the road. The line dropped about a point. I don't trust Portland, who played yesterday and screwed up a cover late, giving the Knicks the cover with a layup at the end. I'll take the Thunder plus the points.
Maybe a square play for me, but I'm going to take the Warriors. No Karl Anthony Towns. I think you're going to see Golden State have their way on the inside, and I just think Golden State's playing too well to really go against right now, especially against a Minnesota team that's 1-5 on the road, 2-4 against the number. Give me the Warriors by double digits.
Rod, why doesn't Aaron Rodgers run that ball in?
Yeah, why? Like, what's he doing? I don't know what he was thinking there.
He throws this cross-body arm weird thing in between two defenders.
Throw. It was like, yeah, that was horrible. Why doesn't he keep going?
Worst case scenario. It's 4th down from the 1 foot line. Worst case scenario.
Looked like he was scared. Looked like he was scared to get hit. It's like, oh my God, if we get hit. It's like, you're playing football. Run, buddy, run. I think he was going to run right in. Like, hesitated. Changed his mind.
It's weird, right? It's weird. Anyways,
yeah.
You like anything in these last two?
This spot here, I'm going to go with Portland here. I know they like to they collapse late, but this is third game 4 night for the Thunder buddies, and I think Portland they look good yesterday. They just didn't look so good late. They were happy with the win. It's like most games they don't care whether they win by 5.5 or 4.5 or 3.5. I'm gonna take Portland today. Double-digit win.
I like the other side of that one. I'm going to go with the Thunder Buddies and the Warriors in these last two. We go to college hoops. Asheville, Radford, Gardner Webb against Charleston Southern, Portland against Loyola Marymount, High Point against the Blue Hose Presbyterian. Any of those four, Brian?
Yeah, I'm going back to the Blue Hose today. They got crushed yesterday. Absolutely,
yeah, I got hosed on the host.
But I'm back in it. I think they're going to show some heart, and the line's exactly where it was yesterday, basically. So I'm right back. You know me, I can't just take one loss. I need to have two. So I'm going to go with Presbyterian again today.
Yeah, I got just hosed on the host for sure. Nothing fun about it. Chris?
Yeah, the two I like here. I like Radford to cover, if not win outright, against UNC Asheville. Radford had that game in hand yesterday, and they choked it up late and then lost in overtime. So I'll take Radford there, and I'll take Gardner Webb laying the points against Charleston Southern. Charleston Southern's still just a hideous cover team this year, 3-9 against the spread, and I just think Gardner Webb can win this one by at least 15. So give me Gardner Webb, lay the points.
One ho, two ho, red ho, blue ho. Rod?
I'm with Chris. Give me Radford here. They definitely had that game yesterday and just let it slip away late and then just stunk in overtime. Well, they bounce back, get the win there. Take Radford on the money line. They beat Asheville today. That's the only one I like in that time spot. Yeah.
What about those Huskies yesterday?
That's 3 games in a row the Huskies have looked.
Yeah.
Not like crapola.
I'm back to the I'm going on the Blue Hose again as well.
There you go.
Getting hosed once isn't enough for me.
If at first you don't succeed, try. That's my comment.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah.
Indiana State against Southern Illinois. Saluki up, back on the court here. What is it? Been 3 weeks since we've been Saluki. Since that Drake game. That back-to-back Drake beating. Alcorn State, where's Romanelli when you need him? Against Alabama A&M. Bradley against Loyola, Illinois. Loyola with the big win yesterday. Kind of held on for dear life a little bit at the end, but got it done. Virginia against Syracuse. Furman against UNC Greensboro. Someone's getting posterized. It's in the picture. Brian, who do you like in those?
Slight as it leans to Indiana State. I think Saluki's come out a little slow here, and Indiana runs it up on them. So that's the only one I like in that time frame.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Indiana State as well. I just think there is going to be some rust for Southern Illinois, who were playing pretty bad going into that break. They lost 4 straight, and Indiana State started turning around a little bit, even against lesser teams. So I'll take Indiana State. And I'll also lean towards Bradley taking the points against Loyola. I just think Bradley was getting their faces kicked in and decided to show some heart late in that game. And I think they have the momentum after sort of staging a bit of a rally to make that game a lot closer than what it was. So take Bradley in the points, and I'll also take Alcorn State in the points. Ron's got me hooked on Alcorn State, so I'll take Alcorn State against Alabama A&M.
Rod?
For me, I'm going to take the Salukis plus the points. Sure, they've been off for a few weeks, and I think they'll come out rusty. I think they had time to square away. They started the year 7-0 and came out strong, and then had a little slump. Now they're up to a little break here. I think they've turned things around. They keep this game close. Give me the Salukis plus the points. I also like Bradley. Sorry, I like Bradley. Keep it close versus Loyola as well. Just like Chris said, they look good at the end of that yesterday's game. I think they come and hang today. Give me Bradley plus the points.
I'm going to go with Loyola again. I like the way they looked the first 35 minutes of the game as opposed to the last 5 minutes. I'd go with the team that's going to give me, 35 minutes as opposed to a team that's going to give me 5 any day of the week. Kind of like Greensboro here against Furman. I don't think this game's going to be a 5-point game one way or the other. I think either team can win this game. And I think, getting the 5 with Greensboro is tons of value. If Furman wins, it's going to be like last possession type thing. I don't see 5 points in that game at all. I also like Presbyterian. I didn't take enough of a beating on them yesterday. The Blue Hose. Oh. Wrong time stuff. UNLV versus Utah State. Mississippi Valley State. Where's Romanelli when you need him? 25-point dogs here against Texas Southern. Is it enough? Is it enough? 25. 0-13, 3-10 against the number. Indiana State against Iowa State. Cade Cunningham was in COVID protocol last I checked. Alabama State against Southern. Arizona State, the rematch, line dropper, 7-5. And West Virginia against Texas Tech. See, we have some good quality here mixed in. You know, not a lot of games, but this is like a big Monday schedule. You know, you got the Syracuse, Virginia, you got these two games, you got Iowa State, Oklahoma, kind of back end loaded here, you know, but what the hell, man? Got some hoops. Brian?
I'm going to give out Arizona State and Arizona on the drive-thru tonight, so make sure you tune in and check it out. As far as the other games, I like Texas Tech plus the points against West Virginia. I just think the Texas Tech team is just flat out better than West Virginia. And then Iowa State plus the points. Me and Ron Romanelli were talking about this game. It just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me. I'm going to go with Iowa State or Oklahoma State coming off that crushing loss to Baylor. So I think Iowa State gets it done.
For me tonight, the Texas Tech West Virginia game is the one I'm going to give it on the drive-thru. So again, check that one out tonight. And I'm going to go on Oklahoma State here. I know even if Cade Cunningham's out with COVID protocols, this Iowa State team has done nothing for me this season. I know the line looks a little bit funny, but I just think Oklahoma State, even without Cunningham, is the far better team. And I like Oklahoma State there, and I also like Southern laying the points on the road against Alabama State. I just don't trust this Alabama State team as far as I can throw them, and I think Southern goes on the road and gets a double-digit win. So give me the Jaguars there.
Rod?
Yuck. For me in this spot, I think Utah State's in for a little bit of letdown. I think UNLV comes to play here. Give me UNLV plus the points in what a 2-3-point game here. And give me Arizona State plus the points. I think that's too many points against Arizona. Arizona State keeps that 2-3-point game at the most, if not beats them outright. Give me Arizona State plus the points.
Tonight on the drive-thru will be Brian Bittler, Joe D'Amico, Kevin Thomas, Jovan Burtz, Chris Ruffalo, Trey Jordan, one of our new cappers, the winner of, I believe, the Sports Chat Place handicapping competition. And this guy has hit the ground running as a premium capper. If you haven't seen his work, you can see it in our premium area, and his record speaks for itself. He lit it up in the capping contest, and he has not slowed down at all. These guys will tell you, Chris and Rod, Trey was on fire. It wasn't like he picked a big money line dog or anything like that. This guy just absolutely romped, and it's like I'm really happy to have him on board. I love him, in a bromance kind of way. Not like I don't want to marry him. Got Rod Zawacki, Al Ninos will be there. I'm sure he likes the Lakers against the Cavs in that one. Tony T. All with us tonight on the drive-thru. I like that drive-thru throw. It is really catching some momentum, right? I'm also going to resume the computer pick show. We have construction going on in my house, so it might be loud pounding. I don't care. I'm going to do the show regardless. If there's drilling and pounding and everything, just going to add a little bit of spice to it. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'll talk real close to the mic like this. Like you've seen me doing a lot of the videos recently. I just get closer and closer to the mic because there's all kinds of stuff going on behind me. But, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then how about the MMA guys? Woo! Ho, 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 ho. You want to talk about some bankroll builders.
This
Whoa.
made me a pretty penny with Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get off to any better start than these guys have. Anyways, we will go to the NHL where there's just one game. The Lucky Penny, 8-3 yesterday. If you guys took some notes on the penny flips, 8-3. The Lucky Penny, including some monster dogs like the LA Kings at plus 175. So the penny knows no limits. Penny lost. The one Iceman play, they had Vegas or minus 200. That was the one big loss, or else they would have had massive units. But up plus 540 on units yesterday for Lucky Penny, and that brings the Lucky Penny. Brian, we don't need your lip on this one. That brings the Lucky Penny to 13-5 on the NHL season.
I was just gonna say Iceman sucks.
Oh, he does suck.
I mean, he gave out the Chiefs money line and Packers money line, so if you bet those two, you would have lost, I don't know, a good amount of money. So he's a turd.
For the NHL tonight, I'm leaning towards Vancouver at home. I just think, you know what, neither of these teams can really do much right of anything right now, but Ottawa's been hot garbage on the road for some time now, and I think Vancouver's a lot better with their young roster than what they've shown so far this season. So it's a lean, but give me Vancouver at home.
For me, in this game here, I'm going to give you the side out on the drive-thru tonight, but I will give you a total. Definitely take the over. Looks like Demko's going to get the start for the Canucks. He's got a 5.47 goals against average to start the season. He's given up goals left and right all over the dang place. Take the over. He might give it up all by himself. Easily go over the number in that one. Love the over. We're going to see goals aplenty.
I'm going to take the Senators plus money. I've been hideous in hockey, so.
Well, I don't think this is the game to try to turn that around, though.
We'll see.
Yeah. I think this game is hideous. I don't even think you have to take it personally. I think this game is just really bad. Not the one I would.
Yesterday's Red Wings, I watched 2 periods of that. They were pretty bad. Oh yeah, they have no offensive attack, and they just sit back and let teams shoot on them. So.
Well, I mean, this is supposed to be an improved Red Wings team, at least from last year. But
they make the Blackhawks look like the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Jeez. Yeah, if you can make Colin Delia or Malcolm Subban look like a god, then you're dead to me.
Malcolm Subban got his one little save of the year. Did you see it? It was pretty good. He made one big save, and he made the highlight reel, and that'll be about what we see it here. He put his stick out, he jumped across, and he got his stick right in the paddle in the way. It hit his stick and went off to the corner. It was actually a pretty good save. But.
Okay, well, let's be real. It probably wasn't a save. The guy probably shot it right at the stick.
Well, yeah, because he just went, wee!
All right, we're going to do the penny flip then. These odds are reasonable for a penny. We're going to go with the Canucks and the Senators. These teams play each other every day, so the penny knows them well. 13-5 for the penny this season. Suck it, Bittler. Ottawa Senators.
Oh.
Oh.
That hurt my heart because I have Ottawa.
Oh, no. That's what he said yesterday. I had to rewatch, because I was counting, the penny. I wanted to see what the record was because I knew, like, as this was watching, I was looking through the NHL results. I'm like, oh my God, I think the penny hit every game. And I flipped the penny, and Bittler's like, please beat Blackhawks. I can hear him in his mic. And it is Blackhawks, and they win. Yeah. Good stuff, Blue Host. Chris, what do you got for your birdcage?
All right, for college hoops, we're going to go with Radford, Gardner-Webb, and Alcorn State. And for the NBA, I take the Raptors. I'm going to take the Miami Heat and the San Antonio Spurs.
Rod?
For me, let's do a mixed sport. We're going to do Cavaliers plus the points. We'll take the Brooklyn Nets over the total. And Radford, money line. Parlay those three up. Love that, 3.
Right?
Cavaliers plus the points. Texas Tech plus the points. And I'm going to close it out with, let me see here. Cavaliers.
Brian's like, who does Mitch have? He's like, give
and and Iowa State plus the points.
All right. Got the
yesterday I hit it finally.
One out of 638 is not bad. Got I'll take the Pistons, the Thunder Buddies, and the Pistons, Thunder Buddies, and the Spurs. Birdcaging them together. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks. It's been a wonderful morning spending it with all of you as usual. Of course, we got the drive-through. I'll be back at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do I'm going to go back to doing the computer pick show. I stopped for a week because of the construction. Charles is mad at me. So I'm going to see if we can get Charles back in his normal jovial self and do some videos for him. And then Chris will be back with the drive-through. He's got that all-star lineup that we talked about. Chris, who are you most looking forward to seeing on the drive-through? Who's like, Trey Jordan, since we haven't seen him yet?
Yeah, Trey. Jovan's been pretty good as well right out of the gate. I'm always happy to see Brian to start the week, though.
Yep, we're adding Brad as a handicapper, the MMA Brad. It's a capper on the site. I just haven't put his stuff up yet. It's hard to add people because it's a little bit of a process to get them up to speed in the system. As these guys will tell you.
Yeah.
I don't want to have too many either, so kind of. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Have a great day. We'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Let's win some money.